Shalom Israel, Shalom, Shalom. Brother Naquam, watchman for Israel, coming back at you with these precepts and another Monday Night Fire, giving, of course, our honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashima Mashiach, Kwamalaki Bashar. Double honors to the elect elders of the house of David that's been in this truth for decades and decades, patiently waiting and laboring for the second coming of our Lord Yahweh Shai. A hearty, mighty Shalom to all of the mighty men of the Most High God who are out there in the highways and byways, pushing this truth, magnifying the ministry, presenting their bodies as a living sacrifice, and enduring all things for the elect's sake. Shalom to those men. Shalom to all of the men that may not be out there in the highways and byways as of yet, but they're working on it. They're getting built up in the spirit. They're praying, they're fasting, they're studying, they're being diligent, and they're abounding in the work of the Lord. Shalom to those men. Shalom to the sisters out there holding it down in the households, married or unmarried, zealous, on fire, and moving in the spirit of our righteous foremothers. Shalom to the ancient men, the children, and the elect of Israel scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. Shalom, Don Israel, the Israelite, Brother Ezekiel, Naashan, Yasha Allah 12 Yakad, HBK Ent, Brother Yamir, Shalom King, Donnie Stone, and everybody else tuning in and that will tune in, Lord willing. Surviving holiday season as an Israelite, right? That's what we're going into tonight through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, surviving holiday season as an Israelite, right? You have so-called, everybody knows you have so-called Christmas coming up, Sinmas. You got so-called Kwanzaa coming up. You got Amalek's version of Hanukkah coming up. You have New Year's Eve coming up. You have New Year's Day coming up. This is a day where you have a lot of Israelites that are in this knowledge where they get seduced, tempted, and allured to backslide and hang out with their family on these worldly holidays, indulge in wicked festivities, eat all manner of unclean foods, and profane your soul to the lowest hell, man. So we want to know how to keep these seasons righteous and understand how to avoid sin, evil, and vanity. Right? Let's go first and foremost. Right? Let's go to the book of Ecclesiasticus, the 21st chapter. Right? Let's go to Ecclesiasticus chapter 21 and verse number 1. It reads, "My son, hast thou sinned? Do so no more, but ask pardon for thy former sins." Right? If you kept Christmas, that we're going to let you know tonight that was a sin. If you celebrated New Year's Day, we're going to let you know that that's idolatry. If you're a partaker of so-called Kwanzaa, you're going off, man. If you were spinning a dreidel, eating what do you call that? Latkes that Amalek eat, man. Freaking off, and you had a small black small hat on, man. You were going off. Now it's the time when we have our own holy days in these last days that Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua has given us, man, through his divine mercy and compassion. He has given us the new moons, the 9th month, the 10th month, the 11th month, the 12th month. He has given us the feast of dedication, that happens to fall in the 9th month of the year. The Lord has given us destruction of Nicanor that falls in the 12th month of the year, the month of Adar. He has given us back-to-back days of Purim. We have our own holy days in this season. So you don't have to celebrate Christmas, Kwanzaa, Amalek, Hanukkah. You don't have to celebrate New Year's, Valentine's Day. You don't have to get down with these days. It's time to repent. It's time to acknowledge. And a lot of brothers, you haven't repented for that. Yeah, you repented for not eating pork. You repented for not eating shrimp, crab, and lobster. You may have repented for adultery and breaking the Sabbath. But you have to repent for you setting up that Christmas tree, helping put up those lights, buying and selling for Black Friday and gifts, wearing that hat that said 2020 whatever, and blowing that nasty instrument as you watch this godlike ball drop, man. That is idolatry. Verse 2, "Flee from sin as from the face of a serpent, for if thou comest too near it, it will bite thee. The teeth thereof are as the teeth of a lion, slaying the souls of men." Because you may not know how serious this is, man. A lot of brothers may take it lightly. Oh, I'm just going over there and I'm just helping my old grandmother put up the tree. I'm gonna tell her when I get over there, I don't celebrate it, but I'm gonna help her put the tree up. And if she needs to stand on the damn step ladder and put the star up top. I'm gonna just put the star up top. You know, I remember my so-called grandfather asked me to help set up his the so-called Santa Claus, man. They would, they would do all of the lights and all that. I said I can't do it, man. You know, and I told him why I couldn't do it. And I kind of made it. I was adamant about it, respectful but adamant, and assertive in a righteous fashion, to the point where they knew how serious I took the law, statutes, and the commandments of Yahweh Shema Shah, and that's to the mercy of the Most High. So you have to flee from this holiday season as if it's an anaconda, a viper, a python, a black mamba, ready to stick his damn fangs in your neck and kill you. If you go over there and you put that Christmas tree up, that might be your last day in the truth. If you travel into Times Square, Madison Square Garden, wherever that holiday ball drop is, and that might be your last day in the land of the living. The Most High will destroy you, man. That's how serious this is. These are matters of life and death. If you come too near it, you entertaining it, you flirting with disaster, you're trying to get down with Kwanzaa, which has absolutely nothing to do with the Bible. The Most High said, it will bite thee. The teeth thereof are as the teeth of a lion, slaying the souls of men. There's no more, let me make sure I'm saying this correctly. There's not a more demonic time of the year than the time you're living in now. Demons are at an all-time high. Christmas, Kwanzaa, Amalek and their Hanukkah, and we keep the Feast of Dedication, the righteous version. New Year's, Valentine's Day. This is the most demonic, corrupt, profane time of the year. Right? All iniquity is as a two-edged sword. The wounds whereof cannot be healed. You see that? So the Lord said, you won't be able to be healed. Now, if you get too near this sword, some of those wounds ain't going to heal. If you get too near this viper, this serpent, it will kill you. The best way to survive holiday season is to not keep the holidays. It's not an in-depth breakdown. The best way to survive holiday season is not to follow the holidays. Now, to help you not follow the holidays is what we're going to touch on, because a lot of you brothers, you're going to get pressured. You will get pressured, man. Hey, at your job, they're going to set up wreaths and mistletoes and invite you to the Christmas party that they got at the hotel, man. Hey, they're going to try to help you do Secret Santa at your job. You have to learn how to handle these matters, man. Hey, your grandmother might call you, your auntie might call you, or I just bought you something. And they might say, I bought something for the kids. I know you don't celebrate Christmas, hey, but I got something for the grandkids. And you have to know how to handle these matters, right? You have to know how to handle these matters through wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, right? By the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shah. Otherwise, again, you'll get caught up in this thing. Let's go to Deuteronomy, the 13th chapter, right? Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 13. This is Deuteronomy chapter 13 and verse number 6. If thy brother, the son of thy mother, or thy son, or thy daughter, or the wife of thy bosom, or thy friend, which is as thine own soul, entice thee secretly, saying, let us go and serve other gods, which thou hast not known, thou nor thy fathers. So this is how serious Yahweh Shema Shah takes celebrating worldly holidays, false gods, idolatry, false religions. If your own mother, your own son, your children, your woman, your friend, if they try to entice you and say, hey, look, you coming to the New Year's damn cookout, are you coming to the Christmas celebration? If you show up at that Christmas party at your job, man, you decided to they had a Secret Santa, it was optional, but you decided to get in there because you wanted to impress your supervisor. You put your name in a damn hat. You bought secret gifts for your grandkids and your children because you didn't want them to be ridiculed and mocked as they go to school. As the children asked him, what did they get? You don't want them to look down upon. So you bought them gifts, bikes and toys and all types of damn delectables, man. So if somebody entices you to follow a way that is not of Yahweh Shai, here's how you handle it. Verse 7. Namely of the gods of the people which are round about you, nigh unto thee, or far off from thee, from the one end of the earth, even unto the other end of the earth. Thou shalt not consent unto him, nor hearken unto him, neither shalt thine eye pity him, neither shalt thou spare, neither shalt thou conceal him, but thou shalt surely kill him. Thine hand shall be first upon him to put him to death, and afterwards the hand of all the people. And thou shalt stone him with stones, that he die, because he hath sought to thrust thee away from Yahweh Bashar thy God, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt from the house of bondage. So the Lord said, you can't consent unto them. You can't listen. And I know I'm kind of hearing you out. Let me kind of hear out what they saying. All right, let me kind of hear what's going on in the family group chat. And they're talking about setting up the tree, Christmas caroling, going where they traveling to, who cooking the Christmas dinner, who's buying who what, who got what last year. Remove yourself from that group chat. Well, what if my grandmother gets mad? Well, what if, you were worried about your grandmother, then Yahweh Shah? Put that group chat on mute and or remove yourself from that chat. Let them know, hey, look, I don't celebrate Christmas. Like we always say, a lot of you brothers, you get caught out there because you don't let anybody know that you fear the Most High. You're making excuses. You're giving them the runaround while you don't show up for Christmas. Oh, the tree's too heavy, or I got to work. Just let them know, hey, look, I don't celebrate Christmas. And there's 3 traits you want to have behind that. You want to be assertive. You want to be, with your family, of course, you want to be assertive. You want to be respectful with it. And you want to be adamant about it. So you got to double down. You got to triple down. Don't say, no, I don't celebrate Christmas. And they say, get out of here. And you're like, oh, okay, all right, I'll celebrate Christmas. No, you got to be adamant about it. Hey, look, no, I don't celebrate that. They may even ask why. And that's your opportunity to show them why. Don't kick down. Oh, look at this. We got Brother Amos on this thing, man. Shalom.
Out of nowhere. Shalom.
Shalom, shalom, kings.
Shalom. Yeah, don't damn go over your family house and you in the truth and you kick the door down and you start bringing out all of the scriptures. It's not like I said, like we said for the Thanksgiving lesson. It's not time for that. You pull up in the damn your car. You know that they're celebrating Christmas. You told them already. You don't want nothing to do with it, but you decide, today's the day, man. I'm gonna teach them. You bring in your camp signs, your shofar, your staff, and you kick the damn door down, huh? You knock the tree over. You flip over the table, and you start shaking the hand. It's not time for that, brother. So again, you want to go about it in a wise fashion. You don't want to go when the Lord said, "Thou shalt not consent unto him." It doesn't mean you go in there, you curse your auntie and your uncle out, huh? And put your hands on your nephew, right? It says, "Nor hearken unto him, neither shall thine eye pity him." So you can't say, "Well, oh, that's my old granny. I don't want to say nothing. I feel so bad. Oh, my cousin, she's sick. My nephew, he's on his deathbed." Right? Hey, guess what, man? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if your grandfather Cletus is in a coma and his last dying wish was for you to buy him a Christmas tree. Doesn't matter. You don't spare them and you don't conceal them. So in the ancient world, you say, hey, look, this guy right here, he wants me to celebrate Christmas, New Year's. You would actually speak up, huh? You would have to say something. And then after you said something, you were supposed to kill him. That's how serious Yahweh Shai takes seduction and enticing and alluring people away from Yahweh Shai. Right? Brothers got it.
Con. Shalom, Kings.
Shalom.
Good to be back on the Monday Night
Shalom.
Fire
Done.
for some time, man. But
Con.
with this so-called holiday season coming up, a lot of people, it's hard for them to separate, drawing the line of being respectful and being firm when it comes to dealing with family members. And it's a hard thing to grasp when coming into this truth, right? That's why it's important to be steadfast in this work, right? So this is 1 Corinthians chapter 15. I'm gonna start at verse 57. But thanks be unto Yahweh, which giveth us the victory through our Lord Hamashiach Yahushai. Right? So we already got the victory over these spirits of folly, mirth, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's. We already got the victory. First, it comes with believing and understand that you have the victory in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. That you're not going to be tossed to and fro. You're not going to let these Christmas movies entertain you. You're not going to let Boys to Men, Let It Snow seduce you and beguile you. Then you start thinking about, all the memories you had when you got that Nintendo 64 or you got that PS2. All those days are long gone when you come into this truth. Right? Verse number 58. Therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable. That's what you have to be in these last days. Dealing with these holidays, you have to be unmovable, not swayed to and fro. Can you bring up the definition of steadfast, Baba Kasha?
You want in the Greek or you want the actual definition?
We can go to the Greek, right? And that's what's so important is being steadfast and unmovable, right? Try to move a mountain, see if that thing is going to budge an inch.
Con. So that word is hetereos, and it says sitting, sedentary, firm, immovable, steadfast.
So you have to be immovable in this truth. You can't let your great grandmother, your auntie, your best friend, your cousin have you thinking about serving other guys, have you thinking about compromising your integrity just to see somebody else happy. All that goes out the window when it comes to serving Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. The only thing you need to be thinking about is serving the Lord, right? It says, therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord. So you should always be meditating on how you can do better in the truth, how you can avoid this holiday season. That's abounding in the work of the Lord, staying away from seducing spirits. Right? Think about it if Samson would have, not Samson, think about if Yahweh Shah would have gave into those seducing spirits, right? If he would have let Satan talk him into serving him, right? Think about all the things that could have happened, and that should motivate you to keep going forth and not have your mind over to the flesh. Because once your mind is given over to the flesh, you've already lost the battle when we already got the victory, right? It says, for as much as you know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord. So withstanding the family members, right? Withstanding all these movies and the music. And I'm quite sure in every city they got a Christmas tree up and people holding hands around it or whatever. As much as you stay away from that, it's good to know that your labor is not in vain. It's good to know that you're doing this for the kingdom's sake, because you're pushing the next person to do the same thing, because you don't know who you're an example to, right? Because you got examples that people don't talk about. People watch you subconsciously. They may watch for your post on social media. They may watch to see the things that you like. So people are always watching and waiting, and you have to understand that your labor in the Lord is not in vain. Right? You got it, Ryan.
Khan, that's right. Let's go to 1 Samuel chapter 28, verse 21. And this is an in-depth breakdown of a sneaky, seducing spirit. Right? This is 1 Samuel chapter 28 and verse 21. It says, and the woman came unto Saul and said, and saw that he was sore troubled, and said unto him, behold, thy handmaid have obeyed thy voice. And I have put in my life and in my hand, and I have hearkened unto thy words which thou spakest unto me. Now therefore I pray thee, hearken thou also unto the voice of thy handmaid. So you may do something for somebody, and then they say, well, you know what? Now it's time for you to do something for me. You know, I did something for you. Right now it's time for you to do something to me. And she played on Saul and seduced him over and over and his servants to allure him to stay at her house. It says, and let me set a morsel of bread before thee, and eat, that thou mayest have strength when thou goest on thy way. But he refused. See, you may refuse, man. Your mother may call you. You may say, no, mom, I'm not doing it this year. And you get off the phone. But what's gonna happen when she call again? When she texts, when you end up in the group chat, when your uncle hits you up that you haven't seen in 3 years, or your cousin, or they start playing on your spirit. It says, but he refused and said, I would not eat. I mean, he was adamant about it at first, but his servants together with the woman compelled him. You know what this is called? Peer pressure, man. See, you may get pushed in a situation, whether it be your cousin, your mother, your auntie, your grandfather, whoever it may be, to peer pressure you into doing something that you ought not to do, man. You have to be strong and adamant about what you say. Because if something can break you, your faith isn't strong in the Lord. It says, but he refused and said, I will not eat. But his servants together with the woman compelled him, and he hearkened unto their voice. Meaning he broke, right? You don't want to break this, right? What they would call holiday season, man. You don't want to break when all of these spirits and these demons and these principalities over these regions get stronger and stronger. You're going to go inside Marshalls, right? Macy's, right? And all of these stores, and all you're going to hear is let us know, jingle bells, and you're going to watch all the commercials. You're going to go to work. They may give you a gift card, or they may start to play on you. And if you're not in the spirit, you're going to break. It says, so he arose from the earth and sat upon a bed. And the woman had a fatted calf in the house. See, these are the rewards of you breaking the commandments, right? You eating good. So you may think it's that, oh, it's not that bad. Oh, it's glorious. Oh, it's of the Lord. Right now, he eating the fatted calf. Now he dwelling amongst spirits like-minded as himself. See, if you go far from the Lord, yeah, you may receive gifts and benefits, but it's in a spirit of condemnation and destruction. It says, and she hasted and killed it, and took flour and kneaded it, and did bake unleavened bread thereof, and she brought it before Saul and before his servants, and they did eat. Then they rose up and went away that night. So the destruction is going to rush stronger and stronger upon men, right, that transgress the laws of the Lord. Brothers got it.
That's right. And this is a heavy temptation is going to be heavy, man. Temptation is going to be heavy. Pressure is going to be heavy. Seduction is going to be heavy. So you definitely want to make sure that you're praying that the Most High keeps you rooted in His truth, man. Right. I want to get this in the book of Saint Mark, chapter 3 and 20. It reads, and the multitude cometh together again, so that they could not so much as eat bread. Right. They was pressing out Yahushua. And when his friends heard of it, they went out to lay hold on him, for they said, he is beside himself. So a lot of people don't call you crazy, man. They'll say you're bugging out. You're not yourself. Your old friends might hit you up. They did that to Yahushua. It says when his friends heard of it, when they heard that Yahushua was doing the miracles, heard he was keeping the commandments, doing the will of the Most High, teaching the people, they went out to lay hold on him. Now, who's they? It's really these demons, Satan, that hopped on these individuals to actually grab up the Lord, man. They went so far as to literally grab up Yahushua. And they say he is beside himself. What does it mean you're beside yourself? You're crazy. What is he doing, man? Now, what if Yahushua let them kind of grab him up, man? Oh, I got to listen to my homeboy. I got to listen to my friends. I got to listen to my family. And then he would have got all damn seduced. There would be no work done, no finishing, no crucifixion. And where the hell would we be, man? So you have these spirits, they're going to try to lay hold on you, man. Again, like brothers are saying, they're going to call you. And then you can't be watching and getting all enticed by the bright lights, man. You're driving past your neighbors, they got bright lights all set up, and you're wondering, they're making fun of you, you're kind of left out. You're supposed to be left out. You're in His truth. You're supposed to be called a weirdo. You're supposed to be the filth of the world, the offscouring of all things unto this day. And a lot of brothers, you don't want to accept that, man. Being in this truth, you're supposed to accept the fact that we are going to be cast out. We're outcast, right? The Lord said in Jeremiah, let me get the classic real quick in Jeremiah. You're supposed to accept this, man. You're not supposed to fit in, and it's perfectly fine. It reads, Jeremiah 3:14, turn, O backsliding children, saith the Lord, for I am married unto you, and will take you one of a city and two of a family, and I will bring you to Zion. So the Lord isn't taking everybody, man. He's taking one of a city and two of a family. And when you get comfortable accepting the fact that you're an outcast, you get comfortable accepting the fact that they are the same thing they're doing to you as what they did to Yahushua, you become pretty much rooted in that spirit, man. And it becomes normal for you not to be invited. It becomes normal for you to get kicked out the group chat. It becomes normal for people not to hit you up around that season. That's where you really want to be at when you get into this truth. You want to get to the point where people don't even hit you up anymore because they know what they're going to get when they hit you up. You might rebuke them, you might ignore them, you might have left them on red, you might have told them no, and they keep hitting you up, and they get eventually them demons, they can't get to you no more, man. But if you're always replying, you entertaining that demon, it's going to keep coming back at you. You want to get to the point where your family does not hit you up at all, or worldly people about these holidays, man. What you got, it, King?
Con, let's go to 1 Corinthians chapter 4 and verse number 8. Let's start at 9. It's 1 Corinthians chapter 4 and verse 9. It says, for I think that Yahweh have set forth us, the apostles last, as were appointed to death. For we are made a spectacle unto the world, and to angels, and to men. Right? So like the brothers going into, we're made a spectacle, a laughing stock. What man in his right mind doesn't want a free gift? You know how many free gifts you could give? Right? You may get something that you need. You may get socks, jewelry, right? Plasma TV. You may get a lot of rewards. But what spirit is that in? And what is the Lord going to do? The Lord is going to ultimately destroy you. So you're really setting your soul for sale for carnal riches of this world, right? And you're bowing down to the principality of Christmas and bowing down to the spirits and demons that govern over everyone that are giving you these things. And they're willingly giving these presents to you, and they don't even know what spirit Christmas or the origins or whatever it's in. It's all done in ignorance with a blind eye and a veil through the spiritual demon Satan. It says, we are fools for Yahweh's sake, but ye are wise. Meaning men look at you as fools for standing in the rain, for teaching long hours, what the world would say having no life. Yeah, we have no life because our life is this ministry. Our life is the work of the Lord. While people are out clubbing, doing God knows what, enjoying what they would say their 20s, their 30s, their 40s, they're living their best life, all these carnal remarks and wickedness, right? The men of the Lord are studying. The men of the Lord are being a light. We're giving up this life that we may live in a life to come, right? And people in the world can't perceive nor understand that. That's why we're fools in their eyes. It says we are weak, but ye are strong. And it may feel like it's hard to do certain things in this flesh, right? Being weak in the flesh, but you're really strong to bear about those things. You are honorable, but we are despised. It's an honorable thing to say no, man. It's an honorable thing to turn down these rewards, right? That the Lord can see and honor you with, man. And you're despised by man, but not despised in the eyes of the Lord. Brothers got it.
God. And like the brother said, that is honorable. Because damn what man can do about you. You know, what is a gift card compared to eternal life? Right? What is a pair of Nikes compared to gold, stored up like dust? And then you got to look at how the Most High is so merciful. Because I think this is like the third year in a row, all the high holy days are falling on so-called Esau's holidays. Right? All these high holy days are look. The Feast of Dedication starts so-called New Year's Eve. Right? Can you get Sirach 33 and 15? It shows
Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve, right? And it ends so-called New Year's Eve. Right? That's the works of the Lord. You know, everything is against each other. You know,
Would you want King Salaki?
Sirach 33 and 15. Barbecue
Okay.
shop. Right? It says, so look upon all the works of the Most High, and there are two and two, one against another. So on the right-hand side, you got Israel who's striving for perfection, right? Making sure the election is sure, doing all they can, rehearsing the righteous acts, separating themselves from the world, being exactly as the Lord commanded us to be and holy, right? And then on the left-hand side, you got the world singing silver and gold, right? Going broke just to see people smile that you don't even like, right? It's madness in this world when it comes to these seasons, right? People go broke the month before in so-called Thanksgiving, right? It's nothing but vanity and lucrative for these elites up here, man. And the Lord commanded us in Exodus. Let's go to Exodus chapter 33. We can start at verse number 11. Right? This law was concerning the so-called Hamite nations, but it goes hand in hand with today. Right? You're making covenants with the inhabitants of the land, doing all the things that they want you to do. Because what's the slogan in America? When in Rome, do as the Romans. Right? And that's what everybody's doing. They're being so-called Romans, Antiochians, Grecians, right? Everybody's freaked out and just wants to be sensual, man. And that's the problem with today in this society. There's no discipline. There's no urge to serve the Lord, right? That's why that small remnant is truly doing the thing, because during this time, you're going to see a lot of Israelites showing their true colors.
Right, right.
A lot of ugly sweaters, might throw some fringes on underneath, talking about I'm still in the spirit, right? Have a whole damn wreath behind them and then try to hide it with the camera. You know, you should be getting ready for the Feast of Dedication right now, right? Getting your house set up for that. Rededicating your house unto the Lord, right? But this is Exodus chapter 33, and I'm going to start at 11. It says, observe that which I command thee this day. Behold, I drive out before thee the Amorites, and the Canaanites, and the Hittites, and the Perizzites, and the Hivitites, and the Jebusites. Take heed to thyself, lest thou make a covenant with the inhabitants of the land, whether thou goest, lest it be for a snare in the midst of thee. Right? You go out and about, and you're not aware. Your mind is empty and clean, like you say. Then 7 more demons come and take hold on you. Back in the world, you really ain't get down in Christmas. Now you the Grinch, right? You got that big old heart. You the lead singer in the songs that they're singing on Christmas Eve, right? You got 1,001 presents. You worked 100 hours of overtime, right? Then you're talking about damn the truth. And then you going and making New Year's resolutions. That's why you have to take heed unto yourself. Verse number 13. But ye shall destroy their altars and break their images and cut down their groves. Now, we're not telling you to do that. That's not going to be wise to go kick down your mother's tree and burn up everything. But you can do it on a spiritual level. Right? Do it on a spiritual level, man. Get the hell away from them. Right? Say, look, call me if it's not concerning Christmas during this whole month. And I guarantee you, they're not going to be hitting you up about Christmas if you stand firm. Verse number 14. For thou shalt worship no other God, for the Lord whose name is jealous is a jealous Lord. Lest thou make a covenant with the inhabitants of the land, and they go a whoring after their gods and do sacrifice unto their gods, and one call thee, and thou eat of his sacrifice.
It's off.
Right? Somebody call you like, hey, man, we're not celebrating Christmas. We just eating. You get over there, it's damn Christmas trees, Christmas tree cookies, Santa Claus hats. Your uncle dressed up as Santa Claus. Now your kids want to sit on his lap and tell him what he wants for Christmas. Right? At least you get damn persuaded, and it leads to your destruction. Because you're going to be like, oh, it's not that serious. But that's that small grain of folly that turns into a huge lump of sin. And now you just laden in the inequity and you just getting ate up all with it. Your brother's got it.
Kyle, I want to get a quick precept about being steadfast too. It reminds me of Daniel. Actually, it's Daniel, the 5th chapter. Right. Let me get this in Daniel chapter 5. This is actually Slakia. Who's this with Daniel, 2nd chapter, if I'm not mistaken. Right. This is Daniel chapter 2. Slakia, that's not what I want. Let me get this precept. I'm going to come back to that. I had 2 precepts on deck. Let's go to Genesis, the 14th chapter. Or I believe that was Daniel, the 5th chapter. But this is Genesis chapter 14. And I'm going to read verse number 22. Right? Then I'm going to go back to Daniel 5. This is Genesis 14 and 22. And Abram said to the king of Sodom, I have lifted up mine hand unto Yahweh, the Most High God, the possessor of heaven and earth, that I will not take from a thread even to a shoe latchet, and that I will not take anything that is thine, lest thou shouldest say, I have made Abram rich. So Abraham was in a spirit where he took down the kings that kidnapped Lot, took Lot's family, all of the wealth, and Abram went with 318 armed men and slaughtered them. And this is the slaughter of the kings. He gave 10% to Yahushua, right, who's Melchizedek, and the other goods he gave it back to the king of Sodom. The king of Sodom said, you can have everything, right? You can keep the goods to yourself. Now, all gifts and all goods ain't good for you, man. Right? And what did Abraham say? Abraham could have got a covetous spirit, a lustful spirit, but Abraham said, or Abram, prior to being named Abraham, I will not take from thee a thread even to a shoe latchet, and that I will not take anything that is thine, lest thou shouldest say, I have made Abram rich, because it's always a spirit that comes with these gifts, man. Now, this is what you call being in somebody's pocket, right? You don't take money from everybody because a brother, he'll hold it over you. A brother use it to control you, to manipulate you, for a favor. It's not sincere. And now you forever in a pocket, and now they think that power comes from them. Abraham said, I don't get no power from man. The gifts and the blessings I don't want no Canaanite king thinking that they can make me rich, that they can give me strength and power. I get that from Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Right? So that was Abram's mind. He was a man of honor and integrity. And Abraham told him, I don't want a damn thing from you. Right? Lest thou shouldest say I made Abram rich. Now, if you take a gift from Christmas, expect a call on New Year's. Right? If you get that call on New Year's, expect for Valentine's Day to be part of your schedule, huh? If you open up that door, a small crack, it's over for you, man. You have to learn how to tell people no, and I don't take gifts. Don't even let nobody bring gifts to your children. Oh, I'm just getting the kids something. Oh, I'll just get them something. I know y'all don't celebrate Christmas, but the day after, it just so happens that they got them gifts. Don't be simple, man. Or I'm just coming by to drop the kids off something 3 days before Christmas. A lot of you brothers get caught up in that too. Well, it is 3 days before. It ain't actually Christmas. 3 days. It's still Christmas in a spirit, man. And a lot of you brothers, you play games too, man. You try to justify with a tree. The Lord said, be like a tree, right? The fir tree. You setting the tree up. We're not really like that Negro who did Yahweh Shai Day. You just turn wickedness and you try to make it righteous. Now, let me get this real quick. That was actually Daniel, right? Concerning the 5th chapter, right? This is Daniel chapter 5 and verse number 16. And I have heard of thee. This is after Belshazzar had the vision of many tickle you farson, right? About his kingdom being divided and given to the Medes and Persians. It reads, and I have heard of thee, that thou canst make interpretations and dissolve doubts. Now, if thou canst read the writing and make known to me the interpretation thereof, thou shalt be clothed with scarlet and have a chain of gold about thy neck, and thou shalt be the third ruler in the kingdom. So that's enticing. You can get gold, you can get silver, right? You can get wealth. A lot of brothers get seduced by the material things, man. Hey, the Most High may take something away from you around this time. Money might be tight, your car might break down, and that gift looked like the perfect opportunity, man. And you chalk it up as a blessing from the Lord. man, I was down bad, man. I kind of lost my job. Man, I just got this envelope, this Christmas envelope. Man, I needed that. All praise to them. It ain't no all praise to the Most High. When you can't praise the Most High as you get wicked gifts, man. So a lot of you brothers too, you get the Most High jam you up around this time, and it's like a test. It's tempting you to see how you gonna move, right? It reads, then Daniel answered and said before the king, let thy gifts be to thyself and give thy rewards to another. Yet I will read the writing unto the king and make known to him the interpretation. So nothing should stop you from going into these scriptures, the interpretation, reading, the writing, the breakdowns, the lessons, the videos. You let the gifts and the rewards stay with those individuals, huh? Right? And again, don't let nobody try to finesse you and do it 2 days before or one day after midnight, or oh, I had this last year, I forgot to give it to you. And don't you have to be a hard, firm, adamant no. I want to make that point too, brothers, guys.
Khan, you got it.
Quick point. And no holiday dinners or none of that at your job, man. Resist that as well.
Right. Yeah, it's like a quick point. A lot of you brothers get seduced. If you watch that movie, I think that was Obsession. It was with that Edomite woman. It was with the J
Idris Elba.
Yeah, Idris Elba and Beyonce, man. And I believe he went to a Christmas party. You know, now I have to go back and qualify that, but I believe he went to a party, a Christmas party, a holiday party. It's one of those movies, and he ended up getting drinking, and then he got seduced, man. You know, you end up there. They put a mistletoe over you and your supervisor, and you're drunk, and you had 2 shots too many, and next thing you know, everybody got a room in a hotel, and you got somebody pregnant. You committed adultery. You got something you can't give back, and all hell broke loose in your life, man. You get fired for sexual harassment. You know, so you got to walk on the Lord said in Sirach the 9th chapter. You walk upon the battlements of the city. But you got it, King.
Khan is right. Let's go to 1 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 20. Yeah, I did think that was some type of Christmas party. Yeah, that's madness, man. And people had like a fake, ingenuous spirit during this time, man. Like when your birthday come around, people want to be extra nice. When Christmas come around, people want to be extra nice. Your old auntie you haven't talked to in 5 months come out of nowhere, man. It brings a lot of spirits around this time. Everybody start acting different, right? Not being themselves. It's not sincere. I thought the Lord is saying when you give, you're not supposed to let your right hand know what your left hand is doing. Paraphrasing greatly. When you in the spirit of giving, it shouldn't be, well, I have to save up my money, I have to give him something, I have to give her something. What if I don't give him something? No, it's supposed to be genuine. It's supposed to be within your heart. You're not supposed to be weighing this and weighing that, and it's not sincere. The Lord said, but I say that the things which the Gentiles sacrifice, they sacrifice unto devils. Meaning a gift could be coated, like they say, everything that glitters is not gold, man. You could deck up some trash with gold. You could deck up, they have something called gold plated, man. You get in the shower too many times to see what happened. Right? Go to the damn pool a couple of times to see what happened. Everything that's coated is not what it actually is, man. You could get a gift, a hug, you could see an old relative, whatever. These things could be granted to you, but it's not in a sincere spirit. It's really covered in deceit. It says, and not to Yahweh. And I would not that ye should have fellowship with devils. Yeah, your mother, that's not the truth. She's a devil. That's what the Lord is saying. If you have fellowship around these spirits that are drafting you and pulling you to do evil and to sacrifice unto other gods, yes, you are fellowshipping with devils, man. Stop looking at your mother and smile, and your grandmother's laugh, and your uncle, he always plays the guitar around this time of the year, man. Right? Your little kids, your nieces and nephews, they always doing flips and jumping on the couch. They shooting in the basket. Y'all made a homemade basketball court. Y'all took that hanger, y'all bended it up, right? Y'all put it on a door and y'all shut it. And now y'all all shooting threes from the living room, man. Stop looking at these carnal things and understand that you're fellowshipping with devils. It says ye cannot drink the cup of the Lord and the cup of devils. You cannot be partaker of the Lord's table, meaning you can't be two-faced. You can't serve God and mammon at the same time. And of the table of devils, right? I want one more real fast. Sirach, right? Chapter 10 and verse number 9. Sirach chapter 10 and verse 9, right? And the Lord said a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. So if you're double-minded about if you should show up or what you should do, right? You need to either declare a fast, get counsel, adhere to the precepts, rebuke yourself, examine yourself, or all of the above. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 10 and 9. Why is earth and ashes proud? There is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man. See, a covetous man will do anything for money, anything for rewards, anything for a lucre. I mean, look at, I'm trying to say this as polite as I can. Look at those women that are on the side of the road, man. They'll do anything for money. People will rob you for money. Women sell their body for money. Like the Lord said, there's not more wicked thing than a covetous man. Esau's covetous. Name Eliphaz, my God, is gold. You invade land, you rob the people. If it's anything the Lord has taught you and experiences of the earth have taught you, is just being covetous. The love of money is the root of all evil, man. And look how many people get trampled during the season, man. They both damn women got their hands on a damn fire truck. They pulling. Next thing you know, somebody gets slapped, trampled, robbed, looted. All this stuff start to happen during this time, man.
Right.
It says, and such as one setteth his own soul to sale, because while he liveth, he casteth away his bowels, man. It's not a spirit you want to be in. You cast away everything the Lord has given you, all for money. You got it, King.
Yeah, and people, man.
No.
Go ahead, Amos. You got it, King.
Yeah, just a quick point. That's selling your bowels, man. Just for something that's gonna go away in a quick second is ridiculous, man. That makes no sense. Right, let's go to Sirach chapter 18 and verse 30. Well, I'm gonna make this quick, King.
Yeah, take your time. Huh?
God. It says, "Go not after thy lust, but refrain thyself from thy appetites." Right? So during this season, man, you got to refrain yourself, right? Because that old man is more prevalent in these latter days of Esau's calendar, right? That old man want to come up. You think about how the food was good and how you enjoyed the 24 hours of a Christmas story, right? I remember that stuff, man. We what they say, every saint has a past and every sinner has a future, whatever they say, that little term that they use. We all had a past, man. We all celebrated Christmas. We all celebrated these wicked, hellish days. So we remember that mirth that we felt during that time. But you got to refrain from that old man coming up. Because when that old man comes up, he knows the tricks and the trades to get you excited. Right? It's like you run into somebody who used to be in the truth. What they going to do, they're going to give you soft, soothsaying words and try to entice you to follow their path. And that's exactly what the old man wants you to do. You got to refrain that appetite. Understand, we got a high holy day where we exchange gifts. And it feels 1,000 times better than Christmas ever did. Right? Verse number 31. If thou givest thy soul the desires that please her, she will make thee a laughing stock to thy enemies that malignant at thee. Right? So that's all it is. You're gonna be a laughing stock in front of your enemies while you're sitting here trying to pay your bills. Then you got an eviction notice on your door. You got a turn off notice. They coming and taking your car. Your kids don't have the food they need to eat school lunch because you bought them the newest Jordans that came out yesterday. They cost $295, right? Or the PS5 that cost $500. And your son can't even read. You're so worried about vain things. And that's that refraining from your appetite. Because everything that you need is not, I got to get it, I got to have it. My family needs to have it, right? The slumber of a laboring man as well, it's good, loosely paraphrasing. So the more you wait and you wait until the time that you're supposed to do it, the better it's going to feel. I love it when my kids receive gifts during Purim. It's 1,000 times better. I love giving brothers incense and frankincense and myrrh during Purim. It's a totally different spirit that comes around with serving the Lord. And with this, man, this is, don't people have seasonal depression during this time?
Right.
You're forcing people to be happy.
Right.
But you got it, King.
Yeah, people getting black coals. People go out their way to buy people damn black coal and put it in their sock, man. You know, put spirits on people. People be damn depressed. They didn't get what they wanted. People be walking outside. It's a damn bow, a red bow on a 2025 Lexus, man. Benz. People walking outside. That's not what I wanted. You know, he done put all this damn money down, man. Signed all of this. You know, went through damn hours of paperwork, man. Took out hella loans, and I don't want that. And these people, people be committing suicide around this time, man. You know, people don't have they be by themselves, they be alone. You know, people be jumping off of buildings, man. There be a lot of mass shootings around this time. People going into movie theaters and malls. It's an evil, demonic spirit. Right? I want to get this too. And a lot of people, you know, primarily in this truth, celebrate Christmas because you don't know how evil it is. A lot of people do things because they don't know how detrimental it is to them. Just like eating something simple as eating unclean foods. A lot of people, once you tell them, like we like to go into at camp, that you can get hepatitis A from shrimp, crab, and lobster, people don't know that. People don't know that you can get paralytic shellfish poisoning and neurotoxins and all types of things that can break your body down and make your spine stiff and kill you. And then, you know, once people obtain knowledge, they're more inclined to avoid the snares of death. And that's why it's important to understand what Christmas is about, right? Understand what New Year's is about, to understand how evil and how sinister that these days are, man. You really have to kind of dive deep into this, because the more you know about it, you're like, well, oh, I didn't know I was involved myself in this. I didn't know that, you know, this was this bad. I thought I was celebrating Xmas, Jesus Christ's birthday. You know, the what's that? They do the nativity scene. They call it. You go to church and they do the damn nativity scene. They do a play. Somebody's Jesus, the baby Jesus. Somebody's Joseph. Somebody's Mary. You got the three wise men. Scripture don't say three wise men, but they got three wise men, and people don't know what the hell is going on. They really believe they're celebrating Jesus Christ's birthday. Let me get a quick precept real quick. This Revelation chapter 2 and 24. It reads, "But unto you I say, and unto the rest and Thyatira, as many as have not this doctrine, and which have not known the depths of Satan, as they speak, I will put upon you none of the burden." So a lot of brothers, they don't really understand the doctrine. They don't understand the history and the teachings of why we are adamant about not celebrating these days, man. And they don't really know the depths of Satan, about Krampus and about where this day came from, the darkness of the winter solstice and the worship of false gods. And people don't really know where these things come from, the depths of Satan. And that's why they're more inclined to get down with these days, man. Ceramics, Talmuds, Nimrod, the spirit of the tree, giving gifts to a tree that they thought, Jeremiah said, don't be afraid of the damn tree, man. They actually believed in Jeremiah. When you read the time of the Babylonian Empire, that tree could walk, and it had a curse on it. If you didn't bring your gifts, it'll kill you. The spirit of Nimrod was in the tree, and if you don't bring it gifts, that tree will rise up and kill you. The Lord said they must needs be born, for they cannot go. So don't worry about that tree. It can't get up and kill you. See, right now, it's a different spirit than it was in the ancient world, in Mesopotamia. If you didn't bring gifts to that tree, and this may not be the lesson for that, but we'll touch on this stuff as the time as we approach that day. But that tree will damn kill you, they would say, man. Right? Let me go to the Wisdom of Solomon real quick, 14. Right? Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14 at 21. Right? This Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14 and 21. It reads, "And this was an occasion to deceive the world, for men serving either calamity or tyranny did ascribe unto stones and stocks the incommunicable name. So you have stones, you have stocks, you have trees that people ascribe the name of God to, right? They associate it with the Lord and with the Most High, right? Moreover, this was not enough for them, that they erred in the knowledge of the Most High, but whereas they lived in a great war of ignorance, those so great plagues called they peace. And again, like we always go into, this is a plague to celebrate those days, but they call it peace. Why? Because it's a great war of ignorance. Our people, the classic, our people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. They really don't know. And that's why we have to be taught. I didn't know. We didn't know. Like Amos was saying, we was immersed in those days in the world like all of us. But it's time to not be ignorant and learn. People say ignorance is bliss. It's not in the scriptures. There's no scripture that says ignorance is bliss. Sirach 5:15 says the opposite. So we have to fight this war of ignorance and strive day for day for knowledge. It's like a war of attrition. Trench warfare, man. What you got it, King?
Come on. Let's go to First Maccabees chapter 10 in verse 26. And I sent you something too, wanted to dive into. If you could pull it up after this, Baba Kashaw.
Okay, Khan.
Khan, it's the book of First Maccabees chapter 10 in verse 26. And it reads, it says, whereas ye have kept covenants with us and continued in our friendship, not joining yourselves with our enemies, we have heard hereof and are glad. Whereof? Now continue ye still to be faithful unto us, and we will well recompense you for the things ye do in our behalves. Right? So kings, nobles, right, even your friends, right, and or family will well recompense you for doing things on their behalf, man. And you don't want those type of recompenses and rewards, right? You want the rewards of the Lord. It says, and will grant you many immunities and give you rewards. So they'll give you rewards. I mean, anything you want in your biggest desires, they'll give you, man. That's not the type of reward, right, that you want. It says, and now I do free you from your sake. I release all Jews from taxes, so like it tributes, and from customs of salt, and from crown and taxes. And for that appertaineth unto me to receive for the third part of the seed and the half of the fruit of the trees, I release it from this day forth, so that they shall not be taken from the land of Judea, nor of 3 governments which are added thereunto out of the country of Samaria, of Galilee, from this day forth forever. Right? So I mean, you can see in the scriptures many a times you're trying to be offered gifts. When you read Numbers chapter 21, 22, right, 23, right, all of those precepts as well. When you go to, let me get that real fast. Let's go to Numbers chapter 21. Salakia, Numbers chapter 22 and verse number 17. Numbers chapter 22 and verse number 17. Right, it reads, for I will promote thee unto very great honor. I mean, I could take you from a low position and bring you all the way up to a manager, to a supervisor, where I could bring you all up in a high position of renown. And I will do whatsoever thou sayest unto me. Now that sounds like Satan. See, Satan could grant you anything you want. See, through rage and anger and distress and being pushed in a corner with your back against the wall, people make a lot of split decisions. And the decisions that they make aren't wise decisions through counsel and patience and prudence. It's decisions through lust and not having faith. That's what a lot of people do when they take these gifts and these bribes. It says, sayest thou unto me, come therefore, I pray thee, curse me this people. So the rewards he would have got by cursing the people, right, are carnal rewards, but you're actually cursing God's chosen people. Asking you to do something evil in return of something good is complete madness. Brothers got it.
And I'm gonna pull that up too. I'm gonna have to
Okay, Con.
off and
I
pull
just
this
wanted
up.
to touch on that real fast. See, other brothers got some links too. Like the brother was talking about earlier, you have a lot of distress and heart attacks and deaths going on around the holiday season, right? And this is a link going into that, showing you all of the stress and things that come upon man during the season, you know. People rushing home from work, right? I'm late. You know, my children never forgive me. Depression, sorrow, right? Agony, all of these different things, they torment you, man, during the season. Right? Let me see.
All right.
Pull it up.
Hold on, I got it. Let me pull this up.
Come.
All right. This is top causes of death during the holidays. All right, your screen showing? Was able to see that?
Come.
Okay, Con. All right, and this is heart attacks. Right? Did you know that Christmas Day is the #1 day of the year for heart attacks? Studies have found that cardiac mortality is higher than during the holidays. Stress and anxiety levels rise during the holidays for many people, which can have a ripple effect on your health. If you have a heart condition, the added stress could be enough to cause a heart attack. Other factors that heighten the risk include cold weather that constricts blood flow and overindulgence in foods that make matters worse. And what's known as quote unquote holiday heart attacks, read that again. And what's known as holiday heart attacks are brought on by alcohol consumption that causes AFib, right? I'll read on strokes. I'm not gonna read the whole thing. Accidents, fall off ladders. Yeah, you putting up that damn Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer on top of the attic, man. You fell off the ladder and broke your damn neck. Shocks from electrical equipment. You don't know what's going on. You're plugging up the stuff and you're dead, man. You're doing the big old when they take one cord and the other cord and plug it like this and you blow yourself up. Tripping and fires, car wrecks. There's a lower risk of death by suicide. So now they're saying it's a lower risk of death by suicide. So these are the main causes of death during the holidays.
It's a lucky, real fast. I just looked up AFib. It says a heart condition that causes irregular and often rapid heartbeat. So your damn heart beating out your chest, man.
Right. Yeah. People be dying out here, man. You stop and really the Most High is killing them, man. Because we're reading it, heart attack, stroke. Nabal had a stroke, man. The Lord said his heart, meaning his mind, became stiff as a stone, man. The Lord said men's hearts failing them for fear, for looking for the things that are coming on the earth in the book of Luke, the 21st chapter. So the Lord be killing people with these what you call strange health issues, man. You fall off a ladder. Last time I checked, the Lord said it's not destruction to the wicked and a strange punishment to the workers of iniquity in Job, the 31st chapter. So you fell off a damn 20-foot ladder and a damn tree went through your bottom, came out the top of your mouth, a tree branch. That's on you, brother. They be having TV shows like that. They used to have a TLC. I can't remember the name of it, but it was like strange things, you know. And these guys,
1,000 Ways to Die.
yeah, it was 1,000 Ways to Die too. They had that, and they had the one where you be in the hospital and people they got it damn.
I survived.
That's what it is. That's what it is. Yeah, they had all this. A dude got a sword through his head, and he in the hospital screaming, trying to figure out what happened. All of that is these demons supposed to be putting on people, man.
Hey, that was a wild show. You get addicted to watching stuff like that, man. The judgments of the Lord.
Yeah.
But I sent you a link as well. The 4th paragraph.
Okay, let me scroll down.
Or the end of the 3rd. It should start with it starts with an I. Or increasingly. So we can start at occasionally. Well, we don't gotta start that high. We'll start at more generally. You see that?
Yeah.
Right there. So this is Sirach chapter 26 and verse 5. It says, there be 3 things that my heart feared, and for the 4th I was so afraid. the slander of a city, the gathering together of an unruly multitude, and a false accusation. All these are worse than death. So Christmas was so unruly, it was banned, right? It was banned in England. It was banned in the United States, right? Because people would get so hyped and turned up. Like we just read, that excessive alcohol consumption, right? Not in moderations. You ain't have a cup or two. Man, they drinking whole flagons and fifths, and
Right.
you're drinking 3/5 to yourself. How you gonna act? You know. But it says more generally, it was a period of leisure, of eating and drinking to excess, of dancing, singing, gambling, gaming, and stage plays, the same stuff that's going on now. More style anomalies did not emerge until the 18th century. Right? You can go down to the next one. Right? It says increasingly in the late 16th and early 17th centuries, many people, especially the more godly, came to frown upon the celebration of Christmas for two reasons. First, they disliked all the waste, extravagance, and disorder, sin, and immorality of the Christmas celebration. So they was doing all type of freakism.
Yeah. Yep.
During the Christmas time, man. Right? And they say, oh, Jesus is the reason for the seasons. No, you over here following the girl with the mini skirt with the Christmas wreath hanging around her head. They was out there going wild, man. And at one point, I think they were hanging people who secretly, I was trying to find that and send it over. They were hanging people who would secretly keep Christmas.
See that?
You know, so it shows you that spirit, that's Esau, man. When you celebrate Christmas, that spirit of Esau just hops on you. You just turn into an Edomite.
Right.
Right? That's why your uncle be drunk and cussing everybody out, talking about why ain't nobody come visit him in jail. It's always a fight during these Thanksgiving and Christmas times. Man, let's not talk about all the death that goes on during the so-called New Year's Eve. Right? The drunk driving, right? The people who want to get their lick back before the year ends. Right? It's just a whole bunch of, like it says, waste, extravagance, disorder, sin, and immorality of Christmas celebrations. Right? That's all it is. Everything that's associated with Christmas is immoral. Right? Because the Lord doesn't tell you to damn lose everything and then freak off. Freak off in the cold. But you got it, King.
And I want to read the second one too. I was looking at it. It says, secondly, they saw Christmas, that is Christ's Mass, that's where it comes from, as an unwelcome survival of the Roman Catholic faith, as a ceremony particularly encouraged by the Catholic Church, and by the recusant community in England and Wales, a popish festival with no biblical justification. Nowhere had God called upon mankind to celebrate Christ's nativity in this way. And there's no account, there's not even a scripture to celebrate the birth of Christ. There's no scripture, okay, Christ, here's Yahushua's birthday, thou shalt celebrate the birth right before the Passover. No, it don't say that. They're even telling you that there was no biblical justification behind that. Because you may say, I don't believe those guys. Those guys don't have no jobs. Those guys look like my cousins and my uncles. Right? There's three guys up there on the laptop. No, hey, well, this is what the scholars are saying. The scholars are letting you know that Christ's Mass, which is Mass is a Roman Catholic event on Saturdays and other days where they lay the pews down, bow their knees down, and worship Mary, Joseph, and all Edomite renditions of the Israelites, man, in a big old cathedral. You know, I've been to a Catholic church, man. It's nothing but false gods and Edomites on there. And that's what you're into. You're into Roman Catholicism and freakism. And Roman Catholicism is what murdered the Gadites, man, on this side of the world. The Jesuits, the Roman Catholic Church, all offshoots of Christianity, you know, Puritans that murdered them or during the time of Thanksgiving. All that started with the Roman Catholic Church. They're the ones that kind of put this thing out there and made it a freaky day. Now, I wanted to play this quick clip too. I kind of talked about it from the movie, that movie Obsession. I'm gonna play the quick clip because a lot of you brothers, man, you're gonna show up. I'm just showing up. They said, it's part of the bonus deal, right? Now, I'm not gonna play the whole clip, but this is Obsessed, and this is fair use. I want to fast forward.
The seat taken?
Yeah.
Right.
No, I'm kidding.
That's his problem. She asked, was the seat taken? He said no.
The seat taken?
Yeah. No, I'm kidding. Be my guest.
I'm gonna fast forward.
Wow.
Now, she was obsessed with him at the job. She took off her dress. He talking about wow. Right? So I'm gonna fast forward. Now, this them at the so-called Christmas party.
Great job as the head of the decoration committee. You're like Santa's little helper.
Well, I wouldn't let your people do it.
You got Edomites kissing. You got Edomites kissing Edomites at these parties, man. That sodomite nature, your boss come out.
Groping each other.
You say, yeah, yep. They be in the damn bathroom stall, tapping their feet and whistling. People, that spirit really come out, man. You're gonna see these Edomites in a way that you never saw them if you at these Christmas parties. You're going to Brad's house, man. He invited you over. And he told you to bring a dish.
You're like Santa's little helper.
Well, I wouldn't let your people do it.
Hey, don't try this at home, huh? You'll hurt yourself.
Here, watch.
I'll be right back for you. Yes,
Come on, you don't want to be
I'm ready, baby.
Mr. Office asshole to you.
Tequila.
Beer, 3
Oh,
martinis, and tequila. No, I don't think so.
Coward.
See that?
Lust.
He said, I can't do that. She called him a coward, and that's all it took. Now look at that face. Look at that face.
Demon eyes.
It's a hell of a face, man. It shouldn't take somebody calling you a coward. You just pick up the tequila. On Christmas, all it took was being called a coward. That's why you don't have no beard on your face. People just say any damn thing to you.
Hey, office asshole.
Mr. Office asshole to you.
Tequila.
Beer, 3 martinis, and tequila. No, I don't think so.
Coward. Bring it on. You're so cute.
That's Soul Train for you, baby.
We're not gonna play the whole thing, but that's pretty much that, man. Right? That's pretty much.
Jake think because it's a Hollywood movie that it won't happen to them.
Right.
Like Esau ain't plotting on you at work, right? Them Karens, man, they come and find you.
Yeah.
Let you have one too many drinks.
Yep.
Let you have one too many drinks. You gonna wake up in a bad predicament.
Yep. Yeah. See, a lot of them Edomites, like you said, a lot of these Edomite men be watching you, man. And they gonna try to make a move on you, man. These women, all hell is gonna break loose on you. And if you're not under the spirit and protection of the Most High, you're gonna get caught out there. People gonna start, these Edomite supervisors offering you big promotions, man. Throwing wild numbers out there while you drunk. 50,000. You keep hearing 50,000, 85,000. And just wild numbers out there, man. And you end up kind of getting caught out there, and all hell start breaking loose. Stay away from the festivities and the parties. Brothers got it.
Con, you got it, Amos. I got one at you.
Oh, Salaki, I just wanted to make a point. I didn't know I was on mute. With that
Con.
movie, Get Out, wasn't that during Christmas time? He
I
went up
believe
to her
so.
people's house for
Yep.
Christmas, right? He out there, he having a good time. I think it was Christmas time because they hit a reindeer or something.
Yep.
And look what happened. Got enticed by the mom, had the little the cup. And was stirring the cup with the spoon, man. All these movies is always during the Christmas season. That's when them spirits are out lurking and searching, man. People get robbed all the time during this season, man. My kids got to eat. My kids need something new, and they looking for that one person who don't have that angel around them. You know, demons see these things, right? Then the demons say, "Paul, I know you. I know not."
Right.
These demons are out here. They searching, trying to find somebody. But you got to rise, Salaki. Quick boy.
Con, that's right. This Second Chronicles chapter 25 in verse number 14. When then Amaziah wanted to serve the gods of Edom, man. Don't be like Amaziah, right? You secretly just want to serve the gods of Edom, man. And these gods on the left hand side, you understand, a lot of people get enticed by them, man, right? Because they're figuring out, you understand, when you looking at these gods and it's enticing, it's the bright lights, it's the damn banana pudding, right? It's the music playing, it's your job, it's this woman out of nowhere, everybody dancing, everybody turning up, right? These gods are alluring these spirits, man, right? You have to be wise. And if you're not watching, you're gonna get jammed up. It's only a matter of seconds before you get jammed up. It says, now it came to pass after that Amaziah was come from the slaughtering of the Edomites. What double-minded man is going to slaughter the same nation and then serve their gods? Man, I would obviously think that their gods aren't saving them. These entities they serve. And that the God of Israel, the King of Kings, is the one that helped deliver them into my hands. You know, but this is what happens when your mind is bad. Come from slaughtering the Edomites, that he brought the gods of the children of Seir and set them up to be his gods. See, that's Jake's problem. You envy the other nations. That's always one of our downfalls is we envy, right? We want blue eyes. We want straight hair, slicked all the way back. We love the suit and tie. We love the things that mimic success in America, and we cleave into those things, man. Right? The Virgin Mary in your dashboard, right? All of the cross around your neck, right? Every Jake before you came to this truth, you may or may not have had a cross around your neck, man, or wanted one, right? Or Jesus piece. Every so-called black rapper has a Jesus piece. These are the gods of Edom that you covet and worship so much, and bow down himself before them and burn incense unto them. This is sacrificing. This is exactly what he did. And you bow down and you worship the gods of Christmas and all of these spirits when you bow down unto them too. Right? You singing, you gathering together, lighting a fire, right? All of this is in a wicked sacrifice. And two, the crime rate increases during Christmas. Right? You got a lot of pickpocketers, man. Drunk people on the train looking for a move, right? People all in your business. Your account get raided out of nowhere. You try to cash a check, something happen, get overthrown. It's a lot of wickedness that increases during these holiday seasons. And a lot of people say, like brothers have brought out, well, your holiday, what do they call it? Your holiday resolutions or your New Year's resolutions, right? Right? They cut off their husbands, they cut off their wives, lose their jobs or quit their jobs. They move to Detroit, they move to London. People act like they a brand new person, right? When the new year comes around, that's not even a new year, right? It changes their mind and who they actually are, and it's a spirit on them, right? And it changes the actions of what they would normally do, right, to something else. It changes the course. Brothers got it.
And I want to pull this link up real quick about just diving deeper into that ignorance that our people have pertaining to so-called cinemas, man. Because a lot of you jakes, man, you talk about, like Amos was saying, a flat screen. Or brother said, you know, you on a damn train, you getting robbed, people trampling each other for Black Friday. They working all these damn hours to get all these gifts for they damn children. And you were the original gifts, man. You were the original gifts during this season. Now, this is Obviously, we're not going to read this whole thing, but this says the grim history of Christmas for enslaved people in the Deep South. Right? Now, it reads, let me jump down. Okay, it reads, but the myth couldn't be further from the reality. Many enslaved people spent the holidays, this during the time of slavery, worrying about getting sold or faced violence like whippings. Some, like Henry Bibb, picked Christmas Day to escape to freedom. In his 1849 memoirs, he writes about deciding to make a boat for liberty or consent to die like a slave. By paddling across the river from Kentucky to Ohio after his plantation owner gave enslaved persons some time around a holiday to work for themselves. Now I'm gonna jump down. It reads, I think historians have mostly overlooked the link between Northern anti-slavery politics and the Christmas slave insurrection panics that occurred in the South. Because during the time of Christmas, a lot of the so-called Jakes was looking to kill the so-called white man. And they was going in them mansions while they was drunk off of damn liquor, scotch. And a lot of these Jakes was planning on killing the so-called white men, masters, so-called masters, and their children during those days, man. They was making a run away for it. They wasn't celebrating. They wasn't getting down with it. Unless he was some bugged out Sambo coon. Right? It says Christmas slave insurrections. So there were insurrections that were heavy during the time of slavery, Christmas. Panics that occurred in the South. So them Edomites was panicking around the time of Christmas. These panics often occurred over Christmas time because the guard of white people was down. Southern whites knew that there was a history of slave insurrections coming from the Caribbean and South America. Some of the worst insurrections of all time occurred over Christmas in places like Jamaica. Yeah, a lot of them Levites, Benjaminites, they was poisoning their damn food, damn Christmas cake, putting all types of damn stuff in it, man. Herbs that they knew and that make their damn throat swell up. Then the Levites and the Benjamites go in there and stab them up and kill them. But that's nothing like how you Negroes are today, man. You are a shadow, a shell of your former self, man. That precept in 2 Chronicles 25 fits you perfectly, man. White Jesus, Christmas trees, and back in the day, not more than 500 years ago, you was killing Edomites over that, man. Right? A lot of you was going to kill Edomites over that. So, you had a lot of brothers. Again, we're not going to read this whole thing. You can read it on your own. It's from time.com about the grim history of Christmas for enslaved people in the Deep South. And I want to get one quick precept on that. I want to go to Revelation. Oh, go ahead, King Salaki.
You putting that up on the thing? Share your screen with it?
It wasn't sharing?
Lucky.
Damn. See that? All right, this was it right here. The grim history of Christmas for the enslaved people in the Deep South. Salaki, I thought that was showing the whole time. And we may post this in the comment board for brothers to go back to take a look at it. And you can read this and get more understanding about what was going on during the time of slavery. Look at this real quick. This is a damn Christmas bash. An 1857 illustration of winter holidays in the southern states entitled Plantation Frolic on Christmas Eve. So these ones, look at this. They got the banjo out. Look at this. So you had some coon Jakes and you had some Jakes plotting to rebel. I don't know what's going on in this picture in the left, bottom left. So all hell was breaking loose, man. All hell was breaking loose. Right? So before you worry about buying them new Jordans, that new damn bike, remember that you was being bought on that day. During this time, if you was back in the Mississippi, Georgia, Alabama, you was walking on eggshells, knowing that you might not see your damn children again. Now, let me get this quick precept in Revelation that made me think of Revelation 11 and 9. right? Revelation chapter 11 and 9. It reads, and they of the people and kindreds and tongues and nations shall see their dead bodies 3 days and a half, and shall not suffer their dead bodies to be put in graves. So the other nations, they see us in the lowest state, and there's no healing, there's no type of deliverance for us. They don't suffer us to be at rest. They further afflict us. And they that dwell upon the earth shall rejoice over them and make merry, and shall send gifts one to another, because these two prophets tormented them that dwell on the earth. So while we're in our lowest state, the nations, they rejoice and they send gifts one to another. And we were those gifts. We were those postcards. We were that memorabilia, right? We were those picnics. We were all of those damn knuckles, and we were the fine dining in that time, huh? You know? So I just want to bring that point out. So this Christmas season, again, it has roots in all types of murder and slavery. Brothers got it.
Con.
Con,
We
you
gotta
got it. Okay, Con. Yeah, I wanted to go to Psalm chapter 73, right? Because this is the same mind that David was in, right? It's the mighty book of Psalm chapter 73, right? In verse number 2. It says, but as for me, my feet were almost gone. My steps had well nigh slipped, for I was envious at the foolish. And that be Jake, man. You envious when you see the dirt bikes, right? The gold chains, right? The memorabilia of all of the different things. Go to a soccer game, football game, basketball game, right? You're all out. You're going to these concerts, right? You're going to the carnivals, right? You're envious at people having fun and doing things that you secretly want to do deep within you, man, or that you didn't never had a chance of doing. See, a lot of people never had a chance of doing things in the world that they regret, right? I wish I would have did this, or a secret fetish, or some type of wicked lust, or something you never had an opportunity of doing, right? You get envious when you see other people enjoying a life you wish you had, man. It says, when I saw the prosperity of the wicked, right? That's talking about the other nations, but it's twofold as well. You see your people prospering in things, having wealth, right? They're working these jobs. They're working 2 jobs. They're working on the Shabbat. They're flourishing. They're buying a house. You're barely just making ends meet. You're in a 1-bedroom apartment or a studio. It says, for there are no bands in their death, but their strength is firm. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Therefore, pride compasseth them as a chain, violence covereth them as a garment. The eyes stand out with fatness, they have more than the heart could wish. Right? And that's under that Christmas tree. That's under bribes. That's under having money and covetousness. Right? You have more than the heart could wish. But what did David say? You could scoot it down, King. It's a verse. I'm gonna start at this whole thing. I'm gonna start at get straight to the point. 7. Their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than a heart could wish. They are corrupt. They speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily. They set their mouth against the heavens, and their tongue walketh through the earth. Therefore, his people return thither, and waters are full as a cup wrung out unto them. Right? I'm going to start at verse number 12. Behold, these are ungodly who prosper in the world, they increase in riches. You don't want to be the spirit of them that prosper in the world. You don't want to prosper in this world, man. When I say prosper, I mean continue to go up with wealth, right? Notoriety, fame, renowness, right? You fitting in, you loving the world, right? You're making your bed and laying in it. You want the world to hate you. You want to hate the world, right? The love, like the Lord said in James chapter 4, verse 4, the friendship of this world is enmity with the Father, right? Meaning hatred. So you want to have the type of spirit. And David understood that until he seen their end. Verse 17 is the point that I wanted. Until I went, right? Shalaki, until I went into the sanctuary of Yahweh, then understood I their end. Right? Meaning, if you're not looking toward their end, which is destruction, vengeance of the Lord, fire and brimstone, ICBM missiles, famine, right? Then you're going to get looted away and lusted away into this world. You have to understand their end. See, a lot of people don't look at the end, they're looking at the season. Like Moses. See, Moses didn't want to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season, right? In Egypt, he understood the affliction was far greater to magnify the Lord in. That he knew there was a promised land. That he knew that righteousness of Yahweh was manifest and the promises were given. See, you need to look for the end and not look at the times that you're living in now. Brothers got it.
God. And that's key, man. During this time, you know, like the brother was saying, a lot of people, they get envious of these rap stars and these NBA players, you know, tricking out and showing what they have, right? A lot of bribery and seducing goes on behind closed doors so that little kids can get tricycles and game systems or whatever. You know, you got people giving up, you know, their integrity just to get what they need, right? Single moms making deals with the sugar daddies or the man who owns the store, opening their legs just for gifts, right? Let's go to Sirach chapter 40 and verse number 12, right? And that happens all the time, right? Women compromise their integrity, not moving as a princess or moving as a daughter of Zion, but moving as these wicked women in the world just to get that one thing that their son or their daughter was crying about. Where everybody's seen that movie with Queen Latifah and Jada Pinkett Smith, Set It Off.
Yeah.
Right? She couldn't pay the rent. What happened? What was his name? Mr. Charles, I think, came downstairs and laid his nasty old self on her. You know, that stuff happens in these times, man. A lot of bribery and usury and things of that nature, right? But this is Sirach chapter 40 and verse number 12. All bribery and injustice shall be blotted out, but true dealings shall endure forever. So all that wickedness is going to be blotted out, right? It's going to be like it never existed once the Lord returns, right? All the stealing, setting people up, scamming, you know, emptying bank accounts, all that's going to be blotted out in the times to come, man. It ain't going to be no more 4 more months till Christmas. I gotta sweat. I gotta do what I gotta do. Yeah, them days are done. Right? Verse 13. The goods of the unjust shall be dried up like a river. Right? So, like the brother said, those cars, right? Them watches, the TVs, all that stuff gonna be dried up, man. This electricity about to be shut off real soon. Right? What happened in Syria is coming to a city near you. That overthrow is right around the corner. Right? I'm going to start over. The goods of the unjust shall be dried up like a river and shall vanish with noise, with a great thunder and rain. While he opened his hand, he shall rejoice, so shall transgressors come to naught. So they're going to be opening their hands, receiving their gifts, so's the transgressors. It's going to be like nothing even matters in those days, man.
Right.
Nothing is going to matter. You're not going to remember I don't know, what's a gift that everybody wanted? Them sock and boppers. Right? Nobody's gonna remember that in those days, man. It's gonna be like a vain thought. You're gonna be worried about eating. You're gonna be worried about surviving to the next night. Are my kids gonna eat? Can I eat this leaf off this tree? Because it's only but 3, but I got a household of 9. Right? Verse number 15. The children of the ungodly shall not bring forth many branches, but are unclean roots upon a hard rock, right? And that's the spirit of Christmas. It's all about that tree, right? It's all about that tree. So the children of the ungodly, those who don't want to reform the minds of their children and teach them the ways that they should go, they're going to be what's the word that they use?
Unclean roots upon
unclean roots upon a rock. Right? What's the point of having a root on a rock? Nothing can grow from it. No nourishment, no seeds can be planted there. Right? It's unfruitful. And that's the same thing when people continue to sensationalize these times. But you got it, kid.
Yeah, I want to that made me think of Ecclesiastes, right? The 6th chapter. Let me get that real quick. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 6 and verse 1. There is an evil which I have seen under the sun, and it is common among men. A man to whom the Most High hath given riches, wealth, and honor, so that he wanteth nothing for his soul of all that he desireth. Yet the Most High giveth him not power to eat thereof, but a stranger eateth it. This is vanity and it is an evil disease. Because again, the Most High can have you. You might think that you made it, man. A lot of people, they're content. You know, you're opening up that jewelry box. People are waking up in the morning. They're looking at what's under the tree, and you think that there's nothing evil that can ever happen to you. A lot of people, that's the best time of their lives, man. You know, you feel like all your hard work paid off, all that overtime you put in. You're looking at your woman smile when she get her necklace, and your children rummage through the gifts and get happy, and you're taking pictures, and you know you have honor and power amongst your family, man. You feel like you provided for them, but what did the Most High say? It says, "Yet the Most High giveth him not power to eat thereof, but a stranger eateth it," meaning somebody else is going to live off your benefits, man. This is vanity, and it is an evil disease, man. So all of this is vanity, man. Your tree is vanity. The gifts are vanity. This false sense of happiness is vanity. I mean, all the damn hours you work, man. Think about it. When those missiles rain on the earth, when martial law and the sound of grinding is low, your payroll coordinator can't save you. Your checks can't save you. All of this is vanity, man. That the so-called happiness is vanity. The smiles on the people's faces are vanity. The Lord isn't going to give you power to eat, right? Let me jump down. Verse 7, Ecclesiastes chapter 6 and 7. All the labor of man is for his mouth, and yet the appetite is not filled. Because even after so-called Christmas, hey, you got to get down with New Year's, man. You got to spend all this money on the New Year's outfit, all these damn money on the latest shoes to impress some woman or to, if you're a sister, to impress some dude, man. Then right after that, you got to get down with Valentine's Day, and you're going to spend, as a people, you're spending billions of dollars as a nation, giving it back to the so-called white man. Your appetite is never filled. And then right after Valentine's Day, a lot of you Negroes put all green on, and you count the days to the next holiday. There's always more and more, man, for your mouth. Yet your appetite is not filled. It reads, "For what hath the wise more than a fool? What hath the poor that knoweth to walk before the living? Better is the sight of the eyes than the wandering of the desire. This is also vanity and vexation of spirit." And what is the sight of the eyes? Meaning what you're looking at, the truth, this knowledge, this understanding, man. The ability to repent and reform your heart and come back to the Most High God. It's better to have what's in front of you than try to desire something that you can never have, right? Than the wandering of the desire. This is also vanity and vexation of spirit. And a lot of people have the wandering of desire. Oh, I got to get this. And I can't wait till this person gets this. And a lot of you Negroes, you're going to celebrate Kwanzaa. You're going to celebrate, you're going to put that small hat on, man. And you're going to eat latkes, Amalek. You're going to spin a dreidel, You're going to celebrate Hanukkah, man. Not the righteous version, the Feast of Dedication, but you're going to get down with Amalek. A lot of you Negroes, you think you're too good for Christmas, and you're going to put up a menorah for Kwanzaa, and it's going to be red, black, and green. You're going to put a dashiki on, a fez on, and a damn put some sandals on, huh? And you're going to think that Kwanzaa's the way. All of that is the wandering of the desire, right? Chasing and pursuing vanity, right? But brothers got it.
Salaki.
Okay.
I was about to say something too as well.
Con. Yeah. Yeah, so you brothers, man, that's getting down, it's important to repent. It's important to build yourself up, man. And eventually when you get seasoned in this thing, most high willing, it becomes easier. But we know there's a lot of brothers you're new. There's children that may live with their parents. If you live with your parents and they're celebrating Christmas, you got to let them know, hey, look, I don't want any gifts. I appreciate the work, whatever. I don't celebrate that. And you say what you have to say. Because you got a lot of brothers and sisters in this truth that may live with their aunts and uncles and parents and things of that nature as well. You still have to let them know that you don't celebrate Christmas, And again, you're assertive. You may do it in a respectful fashion. You're also adamant about it. You double down, you triple down on it, man. You have people with unbelieving spouses. You got brothers in the truth, and their wives might not be in the truth, and vice versa. Pursuing the 1 Corinthians 7. You have to let your unbelieving wife know, hey, look, we're not, well, I don't celebrate Christmas. I told you that, here's what I'm gonna be doing on that day. It's the Feast of Dedication. Don't buy me any gifts when I set up a tree. You have to let that be known. Vice versa. You got women with husbands. Look, I don't want no jewelry. I don't want this, that, and the third. Hey, look, here, here's what Christmas is about. Hey, here's where it comes from. Here's, whatever. So these are the different dynamics of the households that we have to consider. And you brothers that are underneath those brothers and sisters, you too have to still speak up, regardless of what your situation is. But you got it, King. You sent that. You want me to pull it up?
God, I just sent it.
Okay, King, I'm gonna pull it up now.
God. It's going into the origins of Kwanzaa, right? The origins of Kwanzaa, how Kwanzaa was made up by the FBI, right? It was orchestrated by the FBI to furthermore cause division between like white radicals and those of the Black Panthers. So it was essentially created to cause a race war, right? This has no so-called African ties, right? Because a lot of people say I'm trying to get back to my root and my heritage. Man, some of our parents are older than Kwanzaa.
Right.
We can go to the first verse and look. First face you see on it, Edomite, like the same woman that seduced Idris Elba.
Right.
It says Kwanzaa celebrated exclusively by white liberals is a fake holiday invented in 1966 by Black radical FBI stooge, right? Ron Krager or Keringer, right? Dr. Mamula, however you say his last name, right? So it was combated to cause that division, right? To cause separation in the home. Well, I'm gonna keep this, I'm gonna keep that, and essentially have Esau come in and do whatever the hell they wanted. Because in the 60s, Jake was together, right? Jake was together. It wasn't a lot of fatherless homes, right? People had respect, they had dignity, and look what happened right after that. The 70s came, the coke epidemic, the crack epidemic. So all these things are the lust of the eyes, right? Like the brother was going into, right? You want to see things be sensationalized because it was a hard push. I was trying to find the exact web page I was looking at, but at the end of the day, everything revolves around so-called holidays, something to get excited about, something to give your strength over to, that you can have mirth to.
Right.
They got this thing, it's called Harambe or something along those lines, and they drink wine together out of a gourd. So it still revolves around drunkenness, man. All these nations just have folly and foolery, man, that revolves around you getting drunk. But I'm going to see if I can find it in this one too. But you got it, Ryan.
Con. I want to bring it so in Ecclesiastes. So like, bear with me. Ecclesiastes chapter 5 and verse 10. Right, Ecclesiastes chapter 5 and verse number 10. Right? It says, he that loveth silver shall not be satisfied with silver, nor he that loveth abundance with riches. This is also vanity, right? So the more you love carnal things of the world, the more you're going to be attracted to them, drafted to them, and you're not going to be satisfied with them, huh? See, people that have money, they want more, they want more, they want more. During this holiday season, what's the spirit of it, man? You want more gifts. This is it. Here you are. Mother done worked overtime 7 times. It's at least God knows how many gifts. Kid open them all up and say, is this it, man? Is this it? Right? They calling up the rest of their children, right? The rest of their family members. Is this it? Right? It's a covetous spirit. When goods increase, they are increased that eat them. And what good is there to the owners thereof, saving the beholding of them with their eyes? Meaning, what's good with that truck you got last year, man? Right, that fire truck as a kid. Any of the things that you got for Christmas, do you really even keep them? Do you even care about that pair of shoes you got, man? Those Jordans, those Nikes, those Adidas. Meaning, it's gonna all get dust, and it's all gonna come to naught, man. I mean, what good is the things you buy other than to look at them? They can't save you. They can't help you. They aren't for salvation. There's nothing that you can have in this world that you're going to be able to take out of it. Everything's going to be burned. Read that again. It says, and what is there to the owners thereof, saving to behold of them with their eyes? So don't get berated and have a veil placed over you by thinking that these things can do something for you. Because all they are is something to look at. That new car, right? Whatever the case may be, that clothes, your jacket, right? Those jewelry. All it is to behold with your eyes. And then what, man? And then you have sold your soul and pledged allegiance to this world and Satan. And then you're going to be destroyed. Right? But brothers got it.
And I wanted to pull this up too to kind of add to that and let me back. This is, let me just see if they pull it back up, how to celebrate Kwanzaa. Because this is madness, man. Right? How to celebrate Kwanzaa. Let's see if they actually pull it up. All right, it says, let's see. They actually gave like 7 steps. Right? Each day they light a candle to, and really Kwanzaa is Pan-Africanism madness, right? It's Pan-Africanism madness. You're tracing your root back to being an African, right? Not an Israelite, an actual African, a Hamite. A lot of these people think that they're actual Hamites. They're Ethiopians. They're the motherland, and they're Egyptians, and this is just the door to confusion. And they mix it with the candle, huh? Right? With the menorah. Right? So this is Pan-Africanism, and each color represents a particular demon. Right? See if this is kind of clears up. Umoja, Kajulia, right? Ujima, Ujama, Nia, Kumba, and I'm not even gonna say the last one because it's probably like a damn spell, man. Right? But they got these different spirits, man. Now, where did they get 7 candlesticks from? Well, from the menorah. But why is it red, black, and green? That's that Pan-Africanism madness. And there's no quasi 7 spirits, the unity, that's not in the scriptures. Self-determination, right? Where's cooperative economics at? Faith, all of this is they and some of these have Hebrew, like Imani, the word for faith in the Hebrew is Amawan, right? That's faith. And then you have so it says Imani, and they got Kumba. They got all of these quasi knowledge, damn blended up follies and vanities, man. And nowhere, not one scripture did the Most High say, light your second candle, the Kuji Chagu. What you see what it says, man. Kuji Chagulia, right? And Ujima. The Lord is not dealing with Ujima and Ujama, right? These things are not correlated to being an Israelite. And if you got seduced by this red, black, and green, it's time to repent, man. It's time to repent. A lot of people, I don't do Christmas, I do Kwanzaa. Black man. Yeah, black man. How you doing, black man? It's my mother earth. This my queen, my Nubian princess, my Nubian queen, the mother earth, the mother of the soil, black man. Right? Salute to the black man. Ain't no salute to the black man. From El Cap, what they say? These Negroes from El Capulan, man. Right? So we have to repent and come out of this. We're not from El Kebulon. There's no salute to the black man. There's no mother queen with the mother earth of the deep, dark black soil. We're the Israelites, man. We're repentant and we're coming back to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. It's as simple as that. All right? Brothers got it.
It's the book of Jeremiah chapter 44 in verse number 7, right? Yeah, and I got a brother at work, he always saying, "What's up, black man?" He always saying week in and week out. He just never stops. And he say it as he drive by. So I can't never say nothing to him.
Right.
It's like it's stuck in the matrix. It's the book of Jeremiah chapter 44, verse 7. Therefore, now thus saith the Lord, the God of Israel, the God of Slaki, the God of hosts, the God of Israel, wherefore commit ye this great evil against your souls, to cut off from you man and woman, child and sucking out of Judah, to leave you none to remain, and that you provoke me unto wrath with the works of your hands, burning incense into other gods in the land of Egypt, whether you be gone to dwell, right? And this is the new Egypt, right? This place that we living in right now is the new Egypt. And we have provoked the Most High to wrath by burning incense to these strange gods in this land. Whether you be gone to dwell, that you might cut yourselves off. So cutting yourself off isn't just always murdering somebody, man, or some big, wicked, in-depth sin, smoking weed or adultery. No, you just lusting after other gods and going to Christmas parties and going over your nieces and your nephews' houses or your mother, your grandparents' house during this season to worship other gods. You can get cut off by the Most High. You don't need some big way to get cut off. The Lord could cut you off for any reason. It says that ye might be a curse and a reproach among all the nations of the earth. Have ye forgotten the wickedness of your fathers? And that's a question. Because, when you look at history and the things that our forefathers have done, you're still doing it to this very day. Have you not learned the burning of the incense, the worshiping of the gods, getting cut off, getting alienated, forgetting your God, all that have happened to the Israelites? It says, have ye forgotten the wickedness of your fathers and the wickedness of the kings of Judah? Look at all of the kings. You rarely have a small amount of kings that have done righteousness, but yet most of all of them have done wickedness. And the wickedness of their wives, and your own wickedness, and the wickedness of your wives, which they have committed in the land of Judah and in the streets of Jerusalem, they are not humble, even unto this day. Right? Meaning they have not stopped. They don't care. They haven't repented. They're not feeling bad about it. You tell your uncle about, this is transgressing the law. He said, I don't want to hear that, man. I remember years and years and years ago, I told my brother, right, about the truth. I said, man, when he said something wicked, I forgot what he said verbatim. He said, man, don't tell me that, man. He said something like that, man. Told my mother. Now, you may tell your family member these things, but they don't regard it. Whether they stuck in Christianity, whether they don't believe it, whether they don't regard it, or whether they just don't humble themselves to the fear of the Most High, like these men did. Neither have they feared, nor walked in my law, nor my statutes that I set before, Slakia, you before your fathers. Therefore, thus saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, behold, I will set my face against you for evil and to cut off all Judah. So you could play around this season if you want to. You're going to get cut off, right? And I don't mean cut off just for Christmas time. No, the Lord will cut you off from this truth. Next thing you know, he blew out your candlestick. You're no longer calling upon the name of the Lord. You're in Christianity, calling upon the name of Jesus. And your mentality was, yeah, being an Israelite was too burdensome. It's too much. I have more freedom and liberty. Give me that liberty precept again, Pastor. Next thing you know, man, you're off in madness and you're serving the God of Satan. So keep playing with the Most High. If you want around this season, you're going to get cut off. Brothers got it.
I want to get this. Oh, go ahead, Ken.
Oh, you got it. Oh, God. That reminds me of Isaiah chapter 30, and we can start at verse number 7, right? Because Israel, they always resort what they feel comfortable to, right? They resort back to, happy memories and things of that nature. The early the early part of this verse is talking about Israel who goes to Egypt for help. right? And this is verse number 7. For the Egyptians shall help in vain and to no purpose. Therefore have I cried concerning this. Their strength is to sit still, right? So even if you feel like Babylon is helping you cope with your wintry depression or your seasonal depression, right? It's in vain. It's not helping you at all. It's wool over your eyes so you don't see what's truly going on, right? Now go and write it before them in a table and note it in a book, that it may be for a time to come forever and ever, that this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of the Lord, right? Like the brother said, he tried to tell his brother, he tried to tell moms what he was going, what he found out. We all been in that path, right? But this is just the nature that the Most High has set upon Israel. Cause their ears to stop from hearing, their eyes to be shut so they can't see. Right? It's not meant for them to see that this is vanity and vain and no profit. It's not meant for them to see that because the Lord hasn't chosen everybody. Now, that doesn't mean I'm not saying that brothers or mothers may not be part of the elect. We don't know who the Lord may wake up in them latter days. Right? But you have to understand that this is just the nature of Israel. And it said, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets prophesy not, unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits. Right? They'll tell you, get out my house if you're not celebrating Christmas. I don't want to know about the God of Israel. Give me the God of this world. Right? Let me know about the God that makes sure these bills are turned on. Right? Give me the God that makes sure my kid has food on the table. Right? This is the same thing of old. That's why I said in verse 8, for the time to come forever and ever. It's the same thing that was being said during the Egyptian captivity, during the Babylonian captivity, during the Grecian and Roman captivity. Right? It's the same thing over and over and over. Right? As much as you harp on teaching our people about keeping the commandments, it's not unto us. The Most High is going to give the increase. Right? So don't fret yourself. Don't drive yourself crazy. Don't damn choke yourself to death on your own spit trying to beat a dead horse to a pulp. Plant the seed and you go about serving the Lord.
And that's what the Lord said in Revelation. He that is filthy, let me get that real quick. Let him be filthy still. Right. I want to get another quick precept after this. This Revelation chapter 22 and verse 11. It reads, he that is unjust, let him be unjust still. And he which is filthy, let him be filthy still. And he that is righteous, let him be righteous still. And he that is holy, let him be holy still. So, like the Lord said in 2nd Esdras, then shall no man be able to save him that is destroyed, paraphrasing. It's going to get to the point where the Most High, he just trims that fat off, man. And you get to the point where you don't really talk about it to your family unless they may bring it up, man. You brought it up once, you brought it up twice, you brought up Nimrod, you went into the history, you showed them about Cromwell, you dived deep into the holidays and what it means and how we celebrated it. And eventually you get to the point where you realize that there's no gain in this thing. Now, if they ask about it and they, the spirit hops on them for them to inquire and, well, why you don't do that again? And then that's your opportunity to kind of dive into this, man. Right. But, you get to a point where you understand that certain people, you let them be unjust. Right. And you let them be filthy because the Most High, you begin to understand that the Most High has set them up to be filthy. Right. For this time. Let me go to 2 Peter real quick. 2 Peter, the 2nd chapter as well. This 2 Peter chapter 2 and verse number 9. Right. Actually, I'll start at 7. To get some context, it's 2 Peter 2 and 7, and deliver just Lot, vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked. Now, when you read Genesis the 19th chapter, 13 on down, when Lot was warning his family about the destruction, and it says they seemed as one that mocked unto them. So they thought that Lot was mocking and playing games and scoffing and joking, and they didn't take what Lot said serious, man. And we see what happened to Lot's family. Now, Lot was vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked, like we're vexed. When we hear holiday music, see wreaths and mistletoes, and I was at the plantation today, they were setting up all of the damn decorations, man. You know, and they start celebrating Christmas. I mean, 1 second after Halloween is over. 1 second after Halloween, all stores, department stores, blown out with damn celebrations. People talk about what they're getting, and we're vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked. For that righteous man, and this represents us, Most High willing, right? You tuning in. For that righteous man dwelling among them and seeing and hearing vexed his righteous soul from day to day with their unlawful deeds. And some people celebrate sinless damn 12 days, man. They say on the first, they got the song on the first day of so-called Christmas. So-and-so gave to me. Then they go all the way up to the 12th day. Right? So you're vexed from day to day with unlawful deeds. Now here's the point I want. It reads, the Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptations and to reserve the unjust until the day of judgment to be punished. So the Lord knows how to deliver you, man. You know, you just have to be faithful to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Right? You can't let the wind and the sea be boisterous and you begin to sink. The Lord knows your situation, man. He sees your family ready to plot and devour you, man. Blow your phone up during these seasons, man. Knock on your door. They might not even knock on your door. Pull up on you. You know, people at your job are going to look to seduce you, but the Lord has his angels around you, and he knows how to deliver you, man. You know, that person that was going to come in and give you a damn gift, and he got sick, man, at work, and now they're out for the week. They're out until the beginning of the next year. Something happened to them. Hey, your family that was going to call you, their phone broke. Now they can't call you. And you're not being tempted. They forgot they was driving and the Lord put a spirit on them and they forgot your damn address. And they don't know where the hell they are. They just drove back home. You never know what Yahweh Shah is doing behind the scenes, for lack of better terms, to deliver you from these temptations, man. Making people get lost and blinding people, forgetting people. The Lord sent put the spirit on the Syrian army to get blind, man. During the days of 2 Kings, the 6th chapter, with Elisha and his servant. And he led them away to another city, to the king. So the Lord could do that, man. He could deliver you out of manifold temptations and also reserve the unjust until the day of judgment to be punished. Right? So don't fret yourself. The Lord said that in Psalms 37. Fret not thyself because of the ungodly, paraphrasing. Right? So don't fret, don't get worried, don't get nervous. You keep your faith in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, man. Right? Don't worry, but what if this comes my way? And what if they give me cookies? And what if my job? The Lord knows how to deliver you, man. He knows you. Right? Your brother's got it.
Kanye, I just wanted to make a point too. You won't get jammed up if you eat some of what's the Edomite name? Karen. Eat some of Karen's muffins at work, man.
Right.
Right. Next thing you know, you're poisoned in your stomach. You get to breaking down like Antiochus with an uncurable disease. Your guts start rotting out from the inside out. You in the bathroom all week, right? Got to go to the emergency room. And the Lord will judge you too. You get jammed up eating those holiday cookies if you want, man. There'll be a nail inside of one of them.
Oh. That's right. That's right. So
God,
go ahead.
I know we you about to say something. I'm about to send you one last thing to land me back on what Orion just said. That just happened up here in Maryland, right? In Jessup. Where I just sent it. Like 50 people got sent to the hospital from eating food from a potluck at work.
Nasty.
Yeah. And Jake always tell you, your mother should have told you, or you should have heard from an older Eve, you don't eat from everybody's house.
Right.
Right? People be having their cats on the counter. Right? They don't wash their hands. Right? They don't know how to cook. They undercook the chicken and they bring it in, and now everybody throwing up and using the bathroom everywhere. Right? But it says 46 people were sick at a seafood distributor because of food poisoning, because Karen brought in something from home.
Yes, it's said right here. The health department said 46 workers became ill after outside food prepared by an employee was shared at the facility on the 7700 block of Chesapeake Court.
48, what was it, 48 or 46?
46.
46 people. That's a whole work shift.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, like the brother said, you're going to get jammed up. You're going to lose a tooth. Right? You might get stuck in your windpipe. You never know what the hell the Lord might have happen to you. Because you was being slick. You might eat something festive with pork.
Yeah, a lot of you brothers, man, you're gonna get tempted, man. The most you might forget your lunch or something. They be doing it at the plantation I'm at, man. They always got this area set up with all this damn food, you know. And we're not eating that food, man. Daniel proposed in his heart not to eat the food of the king. Judas said, "I will not eat thereof, lest there be an offense." And they got staff, man. Staff ain't just, oh, I threw up 2 times. Staff, I remember that was a big deal back in the day. Staff. Right? Staff will get you real jammed up, man. Right? So you eat like the brother was saying, eating these damn Christmas cookies and all this damn Christmas mac and cheese, and you're gonna get caught out there. Or it's you being over righteous. I gotta eat. I thought the Lord said in 1 Corinthians, so and so would eat, asking no questions. Right? But that's not what that's talking about. If you have knowledge that is sacrificed to an idol and you eat it, you're going off. Well, I don't know. I don't know where this was. I don't know if this is Christmas cookie or not. We don't know what spirit she was in. Maybe she was. A lot of you brothers, you just want to justify it, man. You know, full blown and well, those are Christmas cookies. Well, how do we really know? I mean, did you ask her? Maybe she was thinking about. A lot of you brothers, man, your mind is bad, and you find 1,000 reasons to eat that damn them chessman cookies or them cookies that be in that big 10 container with the damn paper on it, man. So you got to repent and come out of that. The brothers got it. We could bring out closing precepts.
Yeah, I was about to say brothers got it. Yeah, I'll go first through the spirit. Brothers don't mind. I'm gonna go to the mighty book of Revelation, the classic, chapter 3 and verse number 2. It says, "Be watchful and strengthen the things which remain that are ready to die. For I have not found thy works perfect before Yahweh." Right? And that just goes into what? Examination. Right? Examination is key. You need to examine the problems and situations going on in your life so that you can be a better man, woman, and child than Yahweh Shah. Remember, therefore, how thou hast received and heard, hold fast. Meaning, don't let this live go in one ear and out the window and the other out the window. Right? You sitting up there, you listen for an hour, 2 hours, whatever the case may be. But the next thing you know, you're getting forgetful. You go to work, you're getting tempted. These things aren't laid in your heart. You want to make sure that every precept you've ever read and understood is laid to your heart. Right? It says, "And hold fast and repent. If therefore thou shalt not watch, I will come on thee as a thief, and thou shalt not know what hour I will come upon thee." Right? So if you're not holding fast these precepts in the word of Yahweh, the Lord, Yahweh Shah, is going to visit you like a thief and blow out your candlestick. Brothers got it.
God, this is Hebrews chapter 12 and verse number 1. It says, "Wherefore seeing we also are compassed with so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and the sin which doeth so easily beset us." Right? So let's lay aside the things that cause us to stumble and err. Right? Put the things away that cause you to trip and fall upon the rocks, because it's gonna keep happening. Right? It's gonna keep happening. We're but mortal men. You know what I'm saying? We're ashes and dust. Right? We're in this corruptible flesh, and the more that we have these things easily accessible, the more we're gonna fall. Right? In the sin which do easily beset us, and let us run with patience unto the race that is set before us. So this race isn't to the swift. It isn't to Usain Bolt, who can run the fastest record. It's to those who run patiently, pushing towards the mark. Right? This time is gonna pass. You gotta be patient with it, and hold and be steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work. not going to the left hand or to the right hand, but on that straight and narrow path. Because eventually it's going to catch up to you. You can deceive men, you can deceive the people you're around, but for so long before that true nature and that true spirit starts to come out.
Come. And I'm going to get Revelation chapter 22 and verse 12. And behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me to give every man according as his work shall be. So it's a blessing if you endure these temptations. The Lord said, blessings to man that endure temptation. When he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life. So if you can endure this, all praise to the Most High, huh? Right? That's a blessing. The Lord it looked down upon you, and there's a reward in heaven for you, huh? This is the most demonic time of the year, huh? There's demons. These are full of idols, wickedness. So if you can remain steadfast, like Ezra saw the men that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord, you want to be part of that number. Where the younger man put crowns on their head, huh? Which was really Yahushua. Right? Because you endured Christmas, you endured Kwanzaa, you endured damn dreidels and latkes and 9 candlesticks, right? And New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, you wasn't tuning in to watch the Christmas special on BET or the holiday sitcom, and you endured all of that. You said no, you blocked it off of social media, you stiff-armed it, you did a 1-2 and you avoided it, you rebuked it, you shut it down. Hey, the Most High sees you, how hard you go and how bold you are for righteousness. And there's a reward for that. Now, if you get weak and you're double-minded and you're conflicted and you're going 2 ways and you're sneaking, watching The Grinch, Hallmark, you downloaded the Hallmark app and Crackle to watch all of the old movies, man. Hey, the Lord sees that, man. The Lord is watching you, man. Buy them gifts and look on Amazon and see if you got a deal, 40%. Hey, the Lord is watching you. So you got to endure and be bold in this season, man. Give no room for Satan, by any means. Right? But with that, we're going to close up, giving, of course, our honor and glory to Yahweh, Shema Mashiach, Kwam like Rashad, Brother Naquam.
Shalom, Brother Amos.
Shalom, Brother Orion.
Kwam Yashalom. Shalom.